Sort of an update to my exercises and experiences files. I did this exercise before as Speck meditation, and another term for it is Trataka. I'm probably saying it wrong. Trataka. Basically staring at a point and concentrating, or staring at a flame even. And in my previous one, I talked about, even picking a speck if you're waiting in the line at the DMV or something like that. You can pick a speck of lint on the carpet even to stare at. But in this case, I was making a practice out of staring at a black dot that I put directly above where I usually lay in bed, so I could stare at it as I wander off to sleep. Stare at it until the eyes water. I allow myself to, you're not supposed to stop when you have to blink, or that's the end of it, I guess, if your eyes are all flooded with tears. So I allow myself to blink so I can extend the period, a little bit. Restrained blinking, but I allow an occasional blink when my eyes are flooded. At any rate, I was doing that practice for quite a while. And just like the last experience I recorded, you initially start with a blank screen, just a little bit of noise on it. And that's kind of the normal baseline. And I'll continue with the experience. Pretty far back in my woods. I wonder what kind of critter this was. It's almost like a cat print. A little big though. It's too far back to be my cat. He never comes back here. Interesting. So I was thinking about how many places I put a black dot on the ceiling over the decades. So it's not a new thing for me to try. But I did it with a particular intensity for a couple of weeks or a few months even. And I was getting some results. It seems like I have to use a mantra to get any kind of real action going. It gets me more light, purifies things a little bit. Gee, I had a few experiences about this thing. One where I did have a little shift. And I'm not really sure if it was just the water in my eyes shifting my vision. But it's like I rotated 90 degrees once. I don't think it was optical. But the real thing that made me stop doing it was the noise was gone. Like a hemisphere in the top half of over my body, excuse the ski poles, was clear. It didn't have the usual noise. I'm talking with my eyes closed on the inner screen. And the noise level just stopped about midway. And, if I looked lower, I'd see the noise floor, the usual noise you see when your eyes are closed. But on top, it was all just pure black. No noise at all. And that kind of scared me a little, I have to admit. Not that I'm afraid of the void, but I'm afraid of, I was afraid that I lost all my shielding, basically. And something did happen in my life where I didn't feel, initially I felt okay with it because I was in a pretty good place. And as long as you're positive, if your shielding's a little weak, it doesn't matter so much. What leaks out is going to stink to the evils. I call it stink. It's not really the best way to describe it, but to the really negative forces, the good kind of stinks. Again, not literally, but as if they stunk, there's kind of a repulsive force. At any rate, so I was worried about losing my shielding on that upper half. And I did try, it didn't seem like it could exit any easier or go lucid any easier. So I don't really know. I was going to go back at it, but events in my life happened where I didn't really feel like pushing it at that moment. So, interesting experience. I will go back there again sometime. But with COVID and my mother is on a steep decline. I don't really have an appetite for trying to fight the good fight right now, or so I probably will be pulling back a little bit from so much screen time. And maybe I'll make some more videos. Get back to my workbench. Well, that's about it. Someday I will go back in and try to see if I can duplicate that effect again. Cleared the whole upper half of my hemisphere, so to speak. It's strange. And of course, it didn't take long, for not doing it. It comes right back to normal, but within a day or so.